You get people who are born, live and die here, and they think they live in this bubble. It's really, really weird. Like, they will never ever venture outside of this town because they think it's unsafe. Or it's like girls down here. First week I was down here, outsider, Hanley, got a bit of an accent. Honestly, they were all fucking over me. Now, women are normally always all over me, but for different reasons, and just because they like outsiders, man. You know what I mean? It's dead weird. Dead weird.
My name's Craig Godwin. I'm an alcoholic. I would be classed as an addict. I have been on every drug you can think of, and I've been addicted to every drug you can think of as well. But at the moment, I am 100% alcoholic.
Usual technique what I do, because at the moment I'm getting dodgy looks off every motherfucker because I'm holding a can. I'm going to be buying some special brew, or what's this town's version of special brew. It's fucking like £2 a can, it's a piss take. But anyway, I buy that and a bottle of water, empty the water out, pour it in there, keep the label on and everything, no one can tell. Then I can walk around and just swig on it and everyone thinks I'm drinking apple juice or something. You know what I mean? Easy as fuck, I can do what I want then and go where I want.
As a teenager, I drank a lot. It was kind of that was kind of what you did, I suppose. Where I grew up, I mean, until I was 16, I was living in a quite a small town, so I did drink a lot as a teenager. It blocks out all the bad, the stuff that goes on in my head. It numbs it a bit. It numbs the thoughts, I suppose. There was one point when I was that bad. I used to have posters like FHM and all that kind of stuff. I used to have posters all around my room. I ripped them all down because I thought that the women on them were staring at me, but they weren't. Oh, of course they weren't. I mean, I was paranoid in my own head. And drinking got rid of the paranoid thoughts. Basically, that's basically what it was. That's how I started drinking. That's how I became an alcoholic. It's to get rid of the paranoid thoughts, basically. But yeah, I've got no excuse. I mean, you know what I mean. It was my own fault that I got paranoid. It was my own fault that I messed my own head up. But drinking solved the problem temporarily. And then you realise, you wake up the next day and the stuff's still there, and then you have to drink again, I suppose. So, you know.
This is drinking was there you go.
So about 3 weeks ago, yeah, and I was walking through fucking town. I was pissed out of my fucking box, like, and I'm walking down, and I see one of these signs outside a pub. It's like it's like almost like a workman's sign, like a roadwork sign almost. So I picked it up and I've just dragged it down the fucking street. I don't know fucking why. This is down the town centre where it's all CCTV'd up, right? I then walk around the corner, around the back of, I won't say where, but around the back of this place, and just fucking lob this fucking sign straight through the windscreen of a car, right? And obviously someone's called the police, because then we see about 3 or 4 police cars floating about. They pull us over about 5 minutes later, and I just talked my way out of it. They knew it was me who did it, because they've got me on CCTV. But I managed to stand there, and he said, so have you done anything tonight? And no, what you on about, blah, blah, blah. And I fucking managed to blag my way out of it. These two dumbass cops, I'm not slagging off the police or anything, like, because I don't want my house fucking raided, you know what I mean? But these two coppers, they can't do their job around here because it's just a small town, and I'm telling you, someone like me who's from a city could take over this place, I'm telling you. I managed to talk my way out of that. I can talk anyone into anything. I'm telling you, fucking useless.
Violence and drink, I do think go hand in hand. I mean, I'm a very passive person. I'm not a pacifist, but I think violence does work if it needs to work. But if I'm sober, it takes a lot to get me angry. If I'm sober, because well, I'm a nice person at the end of the day, and I think most people, I think the general public are. But I think if you mix in that element of drink, it can make the nicest person turn into a very horrible person, and it used to with me. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, when I was younger, when I was about, I suppose probably about 20 something like that. I mean, about 10 years ago. I mean, I used to basically, people used to sit there, and it was watch Craig get drunk, and see who he kicks off on.
Are you getting your drink properly now?
No, not properly. This is just to keep me going.
You're not fucking walking me then?
No, he's got a backpack.
Yeah, it's not going in my backpack.
It's not going in your backpack.
No room.
All right, I'll get 2 for now
I've
then.
got the school run.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm buying a bottle of water and putting it in the bottle of water.
But I ended up going to jail when I was 16, and I was in there for my 17th birthday as well, due to the drink. Because drink changes people. It changes your attitude towards people. It changes your inhibitions. It changes how you would be and everything. And yeah, and I ended up going to jail as a child, and I still class that as a child, 16, 17, and I ended up going to jail because of the drink, because I got into a fight, and yeah, I ended up going to jail because of drinking as a teenager. You've irreversibly damaged your liver and you're 15, and they told me you won't live to see 21 if you carry on drinking how you do. And at this point, I'm drinking probably about 3 litres of cider a day. And then when I went to jail, it was awful. It was terrible. I don't get scared easily. I'm not confident, but I mean, most of it's an act. It's an outward performance. You know what I mean? But when I went to jail, when I was drinking the first time, was awful, absolutely awful. I had to go in there and completely cut the drink. It's not like I cut myself down. I didn't do that, and it's very dangerous. I mean, if you cut drink out straight away, you can die. You can have a fit and you can die. And I went to jail with it, and basically I had to put on a performance, I suppose. I had to pretend not pretend I was hard, but I had to put on the big man show and then be a comedian and just be laughing and lively, but always in the back. I mean, like, I went in there, I was like shaking, shaking really bad and that kind of stuff, and it wasn't good. It was possibly the worst experience of my life. Yeah, I would probably say it was possibly the worst experience of my life. Going into jail at 16 years old, shit scared of going into jail for a start, and being an alcoholic and not being able to drink and clucking off the drink was an awful, very awful experience. Awful experience.
Perfect fit.
Now, drugs is a completely different kettle of fish. Now, there's certain types of drugs. I'm not going to give you a fucking education on it, but there's party drugs like ecstasy, speed, cocaine, that kind of thing, and then there's real drugs like crack, smack, and crystal meth. And I've done it fucking all. I was a heroin addict for 5 years, until 8 months ago. In fact, I was an alcoholic from 14 to 24. 25, sorry, and then I was a heroin addict from 25 till 30, and I'm 30 now. But in that time, obviously, I smoked crack, and because when you take heroin, Jesus Christ, when you take heroin, it cures everything. It gets rid of everything. I hate talking about it because I hate thinking about it because it reminds me of it. But imagine every single problem in the world, and especially if you've got mental health issues as well, which I do have. It gets rid of everything, and everything's okay just for that moment. And I'm not even talking about injecting it. Even if you're smoking it, it makes everything okay, and it really does. And then you realise this. I mean, it always starts off, and I hate it. It's such a cliche to say, oh, if you take heroin, you'll end up addicted. You will end up addicted, because it's fucking amazing. I don't care what anyone says, it's absolutely amazing. So when I came off the heroin, I pretty much instantly went straight back to the drink. It was instantaneous. It was basically, I have to, it's almost like I have to have a crutch. You know what I mean? I have to have something to, not define me, because to define me, I would assume people would define me as a confident, cocky twat. You know what I mean? But it is almost like I need a substance there, But as soon as I came off the gear, I mean, how I got off the gear was an amazing thing. A friend of mine, like I say, shut me in their flat and basically threatened to beat me up if I went out and tried to get any heroin, and it was great, and it worked, absolutely worked. But as soon as the withdrawal from the heroin was over, which is awful, by the way, but as soon as that was over, bang, straight drinking again. I don't know if it was because I needed something or I needed to numb something. I don't know. It was just the drinking started again then. And that's, I suppose, why I'm here now, because it carried on. But it got worse and worse and progressed and progressed and progressed. And it just got worse. And that's, I suppose, that's... You replace one thing with another. You replace one thing with another. I suppose that's how I'd put it.
And a lot of people, and if you're thinking this, will admit the same thing. It's very hard to have a conversation and a debate with someone who is vastly more unintelligent than you. And it's very hard to do this because they want to talk about Hollyoaks and you want to talk about a real discussion. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't fucking work. And I have to watch this shit. And literally, they are engrossed in this fucking bullshit. They are engrossed in this fucking drama. And it's not a drama at all. It's not a drama at all. All it is good-looking people acting stupid. And that's all it fucking is. And it winds me up, man. And I have to sit there with these people who are supposed to be my friends, but they're not my friends because they really aren't. And this is all coming out now. I shouldn't be saying this shit.
I mean, when I drink, especially when I drink, I have to be the centre of attention anyway, because that's just how I work. I like that. I mean, you might not see it now, but I used to be good looking. But I used to get attention off girls all the time. I used to get attention off people, and people used to love to be around me because I used to be, but they don't realise that it's all substance induced. You know what I mean? Like, that's why people encourage me to drink. If I go out to the pub with a few friends, here you go, Craig, here's a pint, here's a pint, here's a pint, here's a pint, here's a shot, here's a shot. They want to get me drunk so they can literally dance monkey dance, you know what I mean? So literally so I can be the centre of attention and I can do crazy things, you know what I mean? And I do like the centre of attention, I love it, but it's mainly alcohol induced because I couldn't do it if I was sober. You know what I mean? If I was sitting there and completely sober, I would not be the centre of attention. I would probably be sitting in the corner crying, not crying, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't be the loud one. You know when you always see that group of friends and there's the loud one. That's me. You know what I mean? But drink does that, and drink basically makes me even more of an attraction to people. Like I'll speak to random people and end up spending the night with them. I don't mean in a sexual way, I mean just mean a random group of people, I'll drink and chat to them and end up spending that and becoming friends with them, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, alcohol does, it makes you confident, my confidence is sky high anyway, but the alcohol just makes it even further, you know what I mean? It can be good in social situations until you drink too much and you start fighting them, you know what I mean? So, you know.
And I have to be like that every fucking day, and it's fucking hard, man. It's fucking hard. I having to do that every fucking day, being on all the fucking time. Being happy and being joyful and being fucking yes and all this all the fucking time, man. And it's fucking awful, man. I can't stand it.
Well, me and my mum don't really get on that well. Not at the moment. When I was on the gear, I was on the gear 5 years. For 2 years, I was asking her for help, and she never gave it to me. So I resented her for that. And I know this sounds bad. I know I love my little sister. I love my little sister more than anything. Honestly, she's amazing. But as soon as she got with her current boyfriend, it's like she denies I've got a problem. She denies that I've got mental health problems. She denies I've got an alcohol problem. Like now, it's kind of one of those things like, just pull yourself together. Just pull yourself together. People who don't understand, that's what they say. They just say, oh, pull yourself together. It's not that bad. It is that fucking bad because I'm suffering.
Do you think anything you've done may have contributed to that? Do you think you may have pushed her to the point of...
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, the relationship with my mum probably isn't that good because of how I used to be. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, not I say not purposely, but when I was drunk and things like that, I used to trash the house, and she used to come home and there was blood all up the walls from certain things. Like I fell into a mirror and there's a big gash there, and like blood all up the walls, that kind of thing. So I suppose she's gonna. I know she loves me, but I don't think she likes me. I think she dislikes me as a person. But like I said before, I am a different person when I drink, which I think everyone is. But it's kind of like I have contributed to the fact that she is that she isn't as close to me as she should be, because I've done things wrong.
It makes you think about other people's perceptions of you, if you get what I mean. Now, if I was I mean, you can cut fucking there if you fucking want, but if I was at university and I was getting a degree, or if I was a doctor and I was doing this and doing that, would everyone still act the same towards me? Do you know what I mean? Would people still act the same towards me now? Would my family have disowned me now? Would everyone fucking hate me now? Would everyone fucking want to kill me now? If I was still doing exactly the same thing, but I had a job, would it make that much of a difference?
I love my little sister. She used to be like the light at the end of the tunnel, if you get what I mean. It's brilliant. And now I've lost that completely lost the connection. I mean, even at Christmas Day, she came up. Oh fucking! She came upstairs. I'm pissed out my head, passed out on my bed, and she came upstairs and she come, Craig, are you coming downstairs? Can you come downstairs, please? And I was like, oh, just fucking mumbling shit at her, and fucking, it's a fucking seven-year-old girl. And she hasn't got a fucking clue what's going on. She doesn't know that I'm pissed at me. She doesn't know I'm a fucking alcoholic or anything like that. And then after it happened, because I remembered it afterwards, and it's kind of like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? What? I've turned down the chance to spend time with my sister and have fun and play childish games, and you know what I mean, and act like that and be all cool, be the cool older brother. And because I'm fucking passed out, because I'm pissed out my head, you know what I mean? It's a horrible thought, I suppose. But I miss her greatly. It's a shame. I do hope the bridge will be connected again at some point. If I quit, I don't really want to quit drinking. In all honesty, I don't want to quit drink. What I want is to be able to wake up in the morning and not be shaking like a shitting dog and not be in pain. And I hate the fact that I'm addicted to alcohol now. And I never thought you could be. And I always thought that heroin was the only physical addiction you could get, but alcohol has as well. All I want is to be able to go to the pub and have 2 pints or whatever and be able to go home and be fine. And then the next day, a little hangover or whatever. I don't want to be reliant on drink. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing to be reliant on a substance. And I've done it with 2 things now, I suppose. And it's awful. I mean, waking up in the mornings and have it. The first thing you fucking drink in the morning should be water or milk. If you're having cereal, it should be milk or something like that. The first thing I drink in the morning is a can. Because I always make sure I've got like at least a can or 2 cans left, because I know I'll wake up in the morning shake. Because honestly, if you saw me now, I'd be shaking and it'd be awful. So yeah, I don't want to quit drink at all. I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy my lifestyle. I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy being drunk. I enjoy being the centre of attention, which is one of my things. But what I've got to do soon enough. So, because it's going to kill me at the end of the day. It's either carry on doing what I'm doing and die, or sort shit out and live for a lot longer. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to cope. I don't know if I'm going to cope after. I hope I do. If it makes me a better person, in fact, I don't even know if I'm going to be a better person, because if I turn into a boring motherfucker, if I turn into a boring person, that'll kill me. The worst thing anyone can ever say to me is you're boring or I'm bored. If someone's around my house and they say I'm bored, that's the worst thing they can ever say to me. They can call me whatever they want. Just don't say you're bored around me. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to entertain. You know what I mean? And I don't want to become one of those boring bastards at a party who's sitting there swigging fucking Robinsons like it's a tennis game. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to turn into that person. I don't want to turn into that person. I don't want to turn into a preacher as well. You know what I mean? Oh, you shouldn't drink because blah, 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 blah. I don't want to turn into that. I hope I stay the same person when I come out. But I don't know. It's the unknown for me. I've never done this before and it is the complete unknown and I'm absolutely shit scared. Genuinely.